If your home feels cluttered and messy, visual clutter is probably the cause. And it's kind of hard to just close the door on your kitchen countertop or the living room table. If only we had an invisibility cloak to regain control of your space and feel like you're actually making progress. Tackle your visual clutter first. And here are 5 simple tips to make that happen. Step 1, identify all the areas in your home that are accruing visual clutter. The best way to do this is with a walkthrough. Walk around your home and jot down all of the areas of visible clutter. While you're on this journey, it helps to also take photos of your home because at times we experience something called clutter blindness, where we underestimate just how much clutter we actually have, and well, photos don't lie. Don't worry about what's hiding in your closets and dressers. While yes, there is clutter there, having it be hidden is not as much of a priority right now. Your list can include shelves, dressers, desks, windowsills, counters, tables, and the refrigerator. I happen to have a lot of photos on my refrigerator, and I do not consider that visual clutter. But if you do, then put it on the list. Walls too can be a cause of visual clutter, especially if you're someone like me who used to have a ton of artwork literally crammed into every inch of wall space. I've since cut down some, although I do still enjoy displaying my art here and there. Step 2, evaluate your list. Take a look at your list and identify your areas of priority. Is it the coffee table that makes your eye twitch? Is it the kitchen counter or table? Maybe it's your office desk or nightstand. You can list out the visual clutter by priority, which is my preferred method, so that you know exactly where to start and where to go next, eliminating the dreaded decision fatigue. Label all of your items on a scale of 1 to 5 in order of priority. Then select only one area to start with to transform it from cluttered to clean and tidy. If you're getting value from my video, contribute to my coffee addiction by smashing that like button. And let me know what surface in your home is causing your eye to twitch. Step number 3 is super important, and you probably know exactly what I'm gonna say, and it is to declutter. Now, why am I saying something that's probably incredibly obvious? I'm saying it because you might be tempted to organize and find the items are home first, and that's a big no-no. Chances are, if you have accrued a ton of paper clutter, you don't need it all. So simply moving it from one space to somewhere else is not a solution. You are postponing the inevitable. When it comes to decluttering, the best methodology is weekly commitment. Pick a day or 2 per week that you will be tackling your visual clutter. Pencil it in, set an alarm if you have to, and commit to your schedule. You can choose to declutter in 15 minutes, 30, or 60. The amount of time is not as important as the consistency of doing it on a weekly basis. On days when you are too tired or don't have a ton of time, you can simply toss 1 to 5 random items on surfaces. This is a pro tip to keeping the decluttering momentum going. Tackle one area of visual clutter at a time. There are some areas that you will be able to quickly get done, and others that may take a few decluttering sessions. Decluttering all of your visual clutter will not happen overnight, so stick with it. You can always hire a decluttering coach like me for motivation, accountability, and support. For ways on how we can work together, you can check out more information in the description. On to step 4. Once you finish decluttering your one space, congratulations, it's time for the fun part. Organization. You don't have to be a professional organizer to have your home be tidy. You simply have to find a home for all of your hitchhikers. Organization is not about pretty containers and bins. It's about functionality, even if that means storing magazines in a cereal box. It's about keeping items where you use them and storing like with like. If, let's say, you finish decluttering your kitchen counter and you're left with some bills, appliances, a few cooking utensils, none of those items should actually be kept there. While keeping a cutting board vertically up against the wall and a coffee machine that you use daily is fine, a lot of the other stuff should be stored within easy reach, but out of sight. Here are a few simple examples. For mail, create a mail station in the entryway or even the kitchen with a mail organizer or a wall mount with pockets. For your appliances, store them away in cabinets. If your cabinets don't have enough space, declutter the cabinets to make room. For your cooking utensils, contain them in holders or drawer dividers to keep them organized. Fruits and vegetables, use hanging baskets or tiered stands to keep the food off of the counters. For your cookbooks, store on bookshelves or in your cabinet and pull out as needed. These are just some of the suggestions, but it's really all about getting creative and keeping the items that you use close to where you use them and not on the kitchen countertop. The point is to only leave out what you use multiple times a day. Frequency of use gets center stage. The rest gets put away. If items are to be out, contain them as much as you can and stay away from items loosely being thrown about. That creates the look of visual clutter, even if there isn't that much of it to begin with. And finally, on to step number 5. You gotta maintain it. Once all items have a home to go to, you will still find yourself being tempted to just drop items where they don't belong. And all of that is super normal. Don't get down on yourself. It's merely because you haven't built the habit of putting them away in their new spot yet. Building new habits and putting things away takes time. This is why it's not so much about putting it exactly where it belongs right from the start, but rather tidying up at the end of the day becomes easier because all of these random items have a home to go to. Give it time, give yourself grace, and most importantly, just like with anything else, stick with it. If you're excited to remove all that visual clutter from your home, but you don't know what method would work for you, you can check out this video next where I walk you through the 3 most popular methods that are effective to get your home from cluttered to clean and tidy. Thank you so much for watching. As always, good luck on your decluttering journey, and remember to be good to yourself.